On? For real this time? On. Welcome to the CCO Pre-Show for episode 474. I just said it. 474.
Are we sure this time?
If we're on, we're on.
Holy shit.
That's it. Big thanks to producer Gary for not turning the microphones on.
Love you guys.
That's it. We're brought to you by producer Gary and the wonderful patrons at patreon.com/CCO podcast.
Whether they like it or not.
That's it. We're here. And for the first time since we've been in the wonderful damn studio or wherever we are today, is a deck by your good friend Ryan.
It's probably going to be terrible, hey?
Actually, it's
probably going to be
slapped.
some combo bullshit mill control CDH deck that you say isn't, but then it is.
No.
Oh, don't worry, it's just crabs. Then you go infinite on turn 2.
Yes. It's
every zero drop mana rock.
My budget crab deck that just randomly had dual lands that I had lying around the car. No, actually, it's a deck that has placeholders in it because I'm waiting for a couple cards to arrive in the mail from Fusion.
Right.
And I played it yesterday, and I was playing against a guy first day ever at the shop. Never met him before.
Dang.
Yeah, brand new. He's like, man, I'm going to be reading a lot of cards because I'm sort of new and I've only ever played Arena. I've never played Commander, but I have a Muldrotha deck. And I'm like, perfect. So it's probably going to be fine deck because that's a powerful card.
It's Muldrotha, yeah.
Yeah. So we were playing, and he says to me about halfway through the game, what I thought was halfway through the game, at about the 25 or half an hour mark.
There you go.
Right? You would expect that, okay, this is kind of a grindy game. Maybe it's going to take an hour.
Sure.
Totally normal. He
right.
goes, I don't really have any ways to win.
Oh my God.
But I am playing a Mindslaver, and I do have a combo in here with Machias the Unhallowed. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, the thing about those cards in particular is lots of people play casual at our store, so you're going to find that if you cast Mindslaver against a bunch of people here, they're not going to want to play against you, right? And I don't say it like that, right? Like, I'm just kind of telling them the culture of our store.
Yeah.
And we keep playing. He drops a Walking Ballista, and I go, okay, here's the combo. Is it over? He goes, no, I'm just going to play this Spore Frog too. And I'm like, okay.
Wait.
And I'm playing a deck that needs to, like, win through attacking.
Did you ask him if he built the deck in the car on his way to the store?
No, but then later on in the game, he says, well, you know what, guys? I wanted to see what more of your guys' decks do, so I wasn't playing stuff, but this game's been going on for quite a while, so I'm going to play Glacial Chasm. Makes it so he can't take damage.
Right.
Along with his Spore Frog that he can get back every turn with his Muldrotha.
Yes.
So I says to the other two guys, one of which is also brand new, like never played at the store before.
Oh, my God.
And brand new to Magic. I'm teaching them lots, and they're like, oh, man, thanks for teaching me so much.
And the other guy's Matt O.
And the other guy was Matt, oh, yeah. So I says, Matt, we got to get rid of that Glacial Chasm. And you remember that land destruction spell that you already fucking used on me, right?
Yeah.
I bug Matt O lots.
Yep.
We trash talk each other.
Yeah, he's a wild card, that guy.
Yep. And I say, Matt O, he's targeting my shit. I'm like, if you can't kill that Spore Frog, we can't win. Matt, we cannot win. And then he taps his land. He's like, man, check this out. I'm like, Matt, if that's not a removal spell for that Spore Frog, you're freaking doing it wrong. Right? So the game went on for another hour.
Oh, my God.
And eventually, Matt was like, yeah, man, I don't have anything else in my deck that can deal with those. And then the other guy says, I'm ready to scoop and see what other cards and decks that you guys have. And I'm like, I don't know, guys, give me one more turn. But we're at the 2+ hour mark. So you can imagine how long the turns take. And not like there wasn't any sweepers in Wrath of Gods. I played 3 of them in that game, right? So it goes from me, I'll say, I'll take one more turn, whatever, after I finish this turn, just to see. This guy takes his 8-minute, 10-minute turn because he's got 58 permanents because it's a 4-hour game. Muldrotha does Muldrotha things, getting back 9 different permanents a turn because Muldrotha.
Of course.
And then he takes freaking Mindslaver Matt O's turn, sacrifices a bunch of his lands to his Zuran Orb. And
Oh my god.
yeah. So then it becomes my turn again, and I'm like, well, I can't win, but I can do this. Alpha Strike, both guys, killed Matt O and the other guy, and then I scooped.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
that was my first ever experience with this deck. This deck.
So did it? So was it good? I don't know if that was a good game or not. That sounds like a nightmare.
Yes.
That sounds like a miserable slog from hell.
Yes.
Wow. Can I tell a game story too?
Yes. Is it the one where you were laughing and I said, Brando, stop having so much fun?
No, it was the one that I was like, hey Ryan, watch this.
Oh,
So he comes over to Borderwood Token, like, hey Ryan, watch this.
I like game stories. Yeah.
So it's right at the end of the night, right? It's like, okay, we're gonna play a game that goes quick.
No, this was the quote. He goes, hey, Ryan, I'm going to go for it. Watch this. I'm going to go for it. This is game ends and I win and we go for beers, or I lose. That's the quote.
So I've got a Soul Fim.
Yeah.
That's the non-combat damage doubling
Yeah.
person
Glory Dominus, right?
with an indestructible counter on it. Ooh. That's important. Ooh. And I have a Teralf, Lord of whatever. He's the one that makes all the excess non-combat damage that's dealt to my opponent's creatures get redirected to their faces.
Yes. Non-combat damage trample enabler.
That's important.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if you didn't know what Magic Speak was? And you heard that sentence?
You'd be in big trouble. So I takes the last cards in my hands.
Yep.
That's one's cards.
I seen it.
It's a Star of Extinction.
No.
So I points at Ben's land and I go, I'm going to kill this land. And, why are you killing my land, dude? And I was like, just let me finish reading the card, Ben. Then all of your creatures are going to take 40. And then all of you guys are going to take 80. 4 times. And they're all like,
Oh.
let's go for beer.
Let's go
and
for
they just
beer.
shuffled up their shit and away they went. It was so good.
Yes.
It's like turn 5. It was so perfect.
You guys, I saw it happen.
Oh,
and it was right before the end of the day when I asked you for the Cyberman token.
Yep.
Because I had a cyber ship out. And
That's a good card.
that's a hint for the deck that we're
Yeah,
doing.
what kind of deck are we talking about?
Oh yeah. Who's the commander? Is gonna be the hint.
What is this? I've never seen that picture before.
That is the reprinted art. Oh, there's a hint.
There's a hint.
There's a hint. If you can guess who this is, I guess we can let the cat out of the bag a little bit. Some people are going to know that we're talking about my vehicles deck.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got the cyber ship in it, the 6/6 8/8 flyer? 6/6 flyer. When it hits you, you get 2 Cybermen. Oh yeah, it's over here.
No, that's not it. No, it's there. See, it's here. Look.
Yeah.
Look,
Oh
we
yes.
got it.
Cyber starts with a C.
Turns out it's an 8/8 for 6.
8/8 for 6. Crew 4. When it deals combat damage to a player, I get 2 Cybermens.
It's pretty good.
And I cast a Wrath of God to stop Alex from like demoning me to death.
Yep.
Because he had his demon when it ETBs, draw X, lose X, where X is the number of demons, and the demon Pandemoniums when it comes into play, deals damage equal to its power to any target. But then he had a roaming throne on demon and a Panharmonicon.
Jesus.
Yeah, so he was drawing 6, losing 6, and doing generally 18 every time he played a demon. And I'm like, man, I'm at like freaking 19 life. I better Wrath of God.
That's not very
So
many.
I Wrath of God, and it turns out the sweepers in my vehicle deck are among the best cards in the deck because I can go sweeper, then play a creature, then crew, and then use my first crewed vehicle to crew the next one, use it to crew the next one, which is like a cyber ship, and it's an 8/8, and I hit you for 8 after I Wrath of God.
You could play better Wraths, though.
Yes, and I do have a couple better Wraths in here, and I would like
yeah.
your advice and people in the nation's advice for what would be better than Wrath of God. And we'll talk about the ones that I'm playing in the deck
Yeah, I'm looking lots at this, and I'm looking at it. It's kind of similar in how I would play my control and how I do it with Bellow. So I have a fairly, I think.
And you know what? Bellow, I saw on EDH Rec. Have you ever heard of that site?
Once or twice.
Yeah. I saw Bellow is a popular vehicle commander.
Yeah. Aside from the fact that he makes all the vehicles smaller.
Well, some of them get bigger, like Smuggler's Copter gets bigger.
No,
and
Smuggler's Copter doesn't cost 4.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
see,
right.
all the small
Oh, they
ones.
have to cost 4.
Yeah, so like
Oh.
some of them are air quotes better, but like you just this top one here that's an 8.4.
Yeah, for 5.
Now it's a 4.4 for 5.
Or a 5.5 for 4. Yeah, okay, yeah.
This one's a 4.4 for 4.
But
They're all
they
4.4s for whatever.
they auto crew, right,
Yeah.
with bellow?
But you can't crew them to make them bigger because they're 4.4s, right? So it's
Oh.
yeah. I'm not sure why he's a popular vehicle commander because
Because auto crew is so powerful too. And I think, and I guess judges let us know in the comments, that's a layering question. You know how everybody's like, it's probably layers. I don't know how it works. But when something sets, like when something's power and toughness setting, when it sets it at 4.4 like Bello does, that's a layering thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can set something at 4.4 like Bello does, and then you could try and crew it. But something's already set it at 4.4. So if it's an 8.6, it doesn't actually change.
weird.
Man, yeah, I guess let us know. Let us know if you're a judge. You know that all the judges are going to jump in on Discord and just fucking pound us
Listen
to death.
here, you idiots. Why
Yeah.
are you doing the thing?
Why do you even have a podcast?
Yeah, shut
Bunch
up.
of dumbasses.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
paying to be in this Discord.
Anyway, anyways, who's the commander?
Uh,
What else you got for hints? It does have a reprinted art with a different name. Or sorry, with a different picture. Different picture.
I think this is better. We probably have to describe her a little bit.
In her new art, it's a girl. In her new art, she has a face. In her old art, she has no face.
Or body.
Half a body.
Yeah. That'd probably do it, honestly.
Oh, yeah. I think so.
And quite frankly, this color combination or any color combination of this ilk should not exist.
Oh, yeah. You're going to die on that hill, hey?
Yep, absolutely. I will absolutely die on that hill, especially now that the color pie has kind of swelled and all of the colors have kind of spread out to
color soup.
Kind of do it's color soup now, color stew.
Color stew.
And they can kind of do all the stuff. It just makes decks like this kind of irrelevant.
They can kind of stew all the stuff.
Shut up. Listen, we got a show to do, and we're going to get to it tomorrow, I guess. And everybody's
That's
going to
it.
love it. We're going to have a great time.
That's it.
Hit-
What did I say? 474?
474.
Hit our theme song?
Brr, brr.
Bye-bye.